Hi, Internet. This is one of those days where, typical fashion, every time I go to produce things, one of two things happens. Either I'm in a foul mood or all the tech is not cooperating. And so, in the process of recording this June roundup, my laptop died, my mic was out of storage, my phone every element that I needed in order to record. And in fact, when I started recording this, I had sunlight. Now it's looking like it's going to rain at any moment. So now I'm using all the artificial lights that I can. I'm going to have to color grade this. It's all gone wrong. But you know what? We persevere. We keep moving on. We keep pushing on, like the song said. So welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. So this is another monthly roundup episode. I don't like the idea of putting these out back to back. I would like to space these out a little bit more in the future. I really haven't figured out what the scheduling is going to be in terms of, am I going to do the roundup at the end of the month, at the beginning of the month? I don't know. At this stage, I'm early days. Brands don't send me things. I have to buy stuff. I have to fish for things. So I'm still just hopping around the stores and catching up to see what's new on the shelves. And so I'm just reporting to you on the things that I think are most exciting, because I have a real eye for heavy hitters when it comes to skincare. So this is my recommendations. And if you're not familiar with me, stick around, because as we go through more episodes throughout these next couple of weeks and months, you're going to get to know a little bit more about me and some of the places that I've worked, because I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Don't speak about it, be about it. Well, I'll be about it, but I'm also going to speak about it. Don't speak about it, be about it. I'm going to do it all. I'm going to do it all. All right. So for the June new ins, I had the fortune of just going into one store, finding a shelf, and then seeing a display full of newness. It was the most perfect timing and the perfect setup. That never happens. And in fact, one of the items that I wanted to feature for the month of June is currently available online, but is not available in store until next month. So we're going to circle back to that later, because it's very exciting what's coming out in July. In July, yeah, it's already June. Wow. All right. So went into a local pharmacy, and like I said, one shelf, all the newness was right there waiting for me. And so it started with Cloran has a new range of products that are peony based. I think it's for sensitive skins. Can't really suss it out, but interesting. Don't know too much, not too curious. It's just interesting that Cloran, I think in France they have a full range head to toe, but it's all starting to come into Canada. It was exclusively just hair care and like eye makeup removers, and now we're getting some of the skincare filtering in. Very exciting. Then the next display was for Aven. And I was like, okay, what does Aven have? What does Aven have going on here? It looked to me as if they updated the packaging on one of their moisturizers. No. They came out with an entirely new moisturizer. They have a product in Hedrons called the Hydrating Aqua Cream in Gel. And they've come out with a new version of it, which is a part of the Cleanance range, which is also Aqua Cream in Gel. And this is a lightweight moisturizer, 24-hour hydration, but also oil control. Think of your Clinique Moisture Surge concept, where it's a aqua gel texture product, lots of moisture, weightless. That's the sort of concept that we're working with here. And so initially, years ago, Aven came out with a product called the Milky Gel, which was a moisturizer that was exclusive to Japan. And then subsequently, they rolled it out into East Asia. And now we have it available in other parts of the world. And so that Japanese formulation became global. And now we have it in an oil control formula. Very compelling. So if you live in a warm climate, Toronto, humidity, New York, places like that, or if you're traveling, maybe you're going to the Gulf, tropics, any number of places, and you need something that's going to be moisturizing and has oil control, also claims to minimize pores. And if you're not familiar, Aven Thermal Spring Water has therapeutic qualities. I believe they have springs and spas in France where you can actually get treatments if you have skin concerns. So, it's ticking a lot of boxes. This looks like a really well-rounded moisturizer for people with oily complexions or need something that's lightweight and mattifying. So really promising. At the time of me recording this episode, I saw it on sale at a pharmacy for about $37. So, not too expensive, moderately priced. The next thing that came up is from Bioderma. Now, I saw that they came out with new moisturizers. They're called Sensibio Defensive. There's a light texture, there's a rich texture. And by defensive, they mean protecting skin barrier, reinforcing skin, making it more tolerant to like environment and external aggressors, not SPF. But in addition to those moisturizers, they now have a serum. And so what really caught my eye when I was looking at the copy on the serum, it said that it was revives the radiance of the complexion, immediately soothes 24-hour moisture. But the other bullet, wrinkles and fine lines appear reduced. That was the part that really spoke to me. You don't really see too many products that are claiming to be anti-redness and anti-aging. It's not novel, it's just not common. So that was a really exciting one. And, Bioderma, their Sensibio makeup remover, iconic product. If you've had a good experience with that, definitely a brand to definitely look into for all of your skincare needs. Another one that I really trust, and this serum was really pleasant to the touch. So the next one was from Roche Posay. So they've come out with the Anthelios Age Correct SPF 50. So the copy on this one says that it's for all skin types, mature skins. You'll have to forgive me if you see me looking down. It's just because I have my laptop and that's where I'm trying to be here, but also here to make sure I tick all the boxes. So the new Anthelios is for all skin, mature skin. It's anti-aging, UV, loss of firmness, fine lines, wrinkles, and then ingredient-wise, it's talking about B3, hyaluronic, LHA, which is L'Oreal's souped-up version of BHA, I believe, and it also has PHE or Phi riscorcenol. Riscorcenol is a pigment correcting ingredient that is present in the Jessner peel, which is what I did in the late spring. And so all of these things coming together, I was like, okay, this is exciting. So whip out my phone, look to see the visuals. They had, a chart of different skin tones applying the product. So from porcelain to the richest complexions, it's not supposed to be ashy. It's supposed to be hydrating. Okay, interesting. Then they also had an image where, they have a suite of serums, and this is supposed to be your high protection to complement any number of serums depending on whatever skin concerns you have. So I played with the tester. Now, forgive me because I was doing this with one hand as I was trying to record it. But the texture on this is atrocious. It's very dense. It's very oily. And it pills. It pills. The hand that I was using to massage the product, I couldn't clean my index finger quickly enough because it felt gunky. It felt really unpleasant. And then on the back of your hands, I know it's not going to give you a full spectrum of how your skin is going to react to the product. But that said, if you've played with a lot of different textures and moisturizers in your lifetime, you will know relatively quickly what things you are drawn to, what things you probably will have a bad experience with. And just based on that sensory experience on the back of my hand, I don't trust myself to use this on my face. I can tell it may not be ashy, it'll probably blend in and look seamless, but it's going to feel unpleasant. And so for that reason, I'm not too drawn to it. I think if you have a mature skin or if you're confident in your La Roche-Posay SPFs, this might be one for you. I'm definitely not the target demographic. It's saying all the right things, but unfortunately, the texture just wasn't right for me. So it's a pass for me, but definitely one for you to look into. And then lastly, and the item that really, got the hummingbird singing around me and just really sparked my interest, got me all excited, was from L'Occitane. It's called the Almond Delightful Body Mist. Okay, so like I said before, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I already know the game and I've been through it. And so what happened is L'Occitane is a brand that I have a very deep fondness for. I worked at a L'Occitane ages ago when our flagship boutique was on Bloor or on Bay, close to Avenue. No, it was Bloor Avenue. Bloor Avenue? Yeah, Bloor Avenue. Where the Vuitton store is now. We had a little tiny little shop there. And initially, it used to be a franchise business, and then subsequently, they got sold off. It became a part of the U.S. arm of the business, and I was with them when we opened up the store opposite to Chanel, that beautiful boutique. You know, I saw them plastering the tiles and setting up the sink. It was just the most glorious store when they opened it up. It was right before Christmas. If you ever go to a L'Occitane, it's the most hospitable and most inviting store to be in. Even if you don't buy anything, just to be in that environment. Whoever designs those stores really nails it. It's so warm and so inviting, so inviting. So in any event, I worked with them for a long time, and one thing that a lot of customers used to ask me for was a product from Almond, which was called the Blossom Dew. They never had an almond fragrance, but they had like this toning gel. And I remember there was one lady in particular. She always stands out because she was this mature, very leathery orange skin. You know, the type who I think she was a snowbird, so she would go to Florida and come back, and frizzy red hair and these incredible Lanvin runway glasses. I'll put up an image. But this lady was always coming in, dousing herself in everything in the almond and just buying multiples. And she would always say, "Why don't you guys have this? Why isn't it available? I always have to get it in the States." And, you know, I heard people asking about this almond spray or this almond gel. And it was just kind of this phantom, this relic somewhere in the past. And then I saw this on the website and I was like, I have to find it in the shops. Unfortunately, it's not in stock in any of the stores, but they do have testers of it. So you can actually smell and play with the product. It's a glass bottle, it's a spray, and it's supposed to be a combination moisturizer and perfume in a single step. Perfect item for the summer. If you're not familiar with the almond fragrance, it's very delicate, it's very floral. When you think almond, you might think marzipan, you might think gourmand, something really sweet and creamy and almost suffocating. This is really soft and very floaty. It's just kind of a whisper of fragrance, is what this is. I did, in fact, spray it on my arms. The scent, you know, it's there, but it just kind of disappears relatively quickly. Mind you, I'm somebody whose skin absorbs perfume very easily, so fragrance doesn't hold on my skin for too long, no matter how much of it I use or how concentrated the formulation is. So this really didn't stay too long on my skin. L'Occitane always does limited editions, so this is something that will absolutely sell out and may not come back. I'm glad that they resurrected this idea of the Blossom Dew. And in doing some digging, that was from '07 is when that launched. And in fact, I went on Fragrantica just to kind of see if there were some comparable scents, according to the users of the website, that the almond dew from L'Occitane was similar to Prada Infusion de Almond. Love the Prada Infusion series. Beautiful. They're the ones with the silver plaques with the Prada rope logo on it. Hermes Un Jardin sur le Nil, which is the garden on the Nile. The blue-green bottle, again, another franchise, all the garden fragrances, Jardin fragrances from Hermes, beautiful. Eau de Bois from L'Occitane, which is a fragrance that I used to wear. I wouldn't really partner this, but the one that I'm thinking that I'm really familiar with is the CD Christian Dior Hypnotic Poison. That's the red apple. There is a nugget of that fragrance, the Hypnotic Poison from Dior, that's it kind of resonates with the L'Occitane Almond fragrance. So if you know the L'Occitane shower oil and you want something that's just a one step, one and done, get out of the door very quickly in the summertime, this is a wicked product. This would be something that I would love. I would delight in giving this to somebody because I think it's such a beautiful product. The sustainability thing, it's a part of their DNA and it's been in their DNA since forever. You know, it's not a trend that they're just hopping onto. This is the brand that's truly in that being sustainable and ecologically conscious, socially minded, and they've always been from I think the brand's inception. Olivier, the man who started the brand, is very much into that sort of thinking. So I hope you can hear my passion for this brand. I really drank the Kool-Aid whilst I was there. I love it. I do think that overall it's a strong brand, strong offering, and this new launch of all the things that I brought to your attention today is the one you need to run to the store and smell it. It's really outstanding. So in any event, I've rambled long enough. The more I prolong this, the darker it's getting. So I'm just going to wrap this up. That is the June new ins. And hopefully, for the month of July, everything that I've got on my mind will be available to actually pull up and show you guys. In any event, thank you for listening. Thank me for speaking. If you have questions, leave them down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios.